what happened here? Okay, there it goes. It says we're live. Cool.
Great.
So we'll just let that.
Microphone on? Did you check that?
Yeah, microphone's on.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, I checked it. Cool. So we'll just give it a few minutes and see who joins us.
Okay.
And if there's not that many people, that's okay. They can catch it later.
I'm used to talking to myself anyway.
I talk to the cats all day, so I am pretty much talking to myself.
Right.
Because, you know, they ignore us half the time.
Of course.
It's 7 now.
It is.
I did. Okay, there's Toy Painter.
Okay, cool.
He's the first one here. Hey there, Toy Painter.
Hello there.
We'll give it a couple minutes to see who joins us. Right. But there's Seth. Hey, Seth.
Hey.
Hey, Miss Connie.
Okay, you're rolling in.
There's people rolling in. Wow, thank you. John Lincoln.
A time.
Monday fun day, right?
Oh yeah, it's so much fun today.
Mondays. No, we did have a good Monday.
I guess so. Yeah.
I think we did good.
I'm still behind on stuff, but I got to get into it after this. But such is life, right?
You could talk to yourself, just don't argue, says Toy Painter.
I do that too.
Yeah, whoa. We talk to the cats and they ignore us.
Yeah. They will argue though back.
But sometimes it's just nice talking to them.
Yeah.
And they just look at you funny.
All right,
whatever.
Should we start it?
Yeah, I think we could start it now. There's Wiki Bobby joining us.
We're not talking to ourselves.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back for another episode of
Living the Scream. Behind the scenes of the Mummy and the Monkey. This is our live streaming podcast where we talk about our our self-employment, selling on eBay, earning a living that way, and then we also talk about our show, like events and things going on behind the scenes.
True, very true, Janet. And here we are again. Another lovely week in the books.
Yeah.
It's probably been 2 weeks since we've done a podcast.
It has been 2 weeks, so yeah, it was overdue because we didn't do a podcast last week.
Right, we're a bit behind. Anyway, not a whole lot's happened. I mean, between now and then. I mean, we've just been crushing along, trying to, find stuff to source. I've got plenty here to list. But we've been thrown into a few little, like the surprise, estate sale we went to the other day.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so what did we talk about last time? So 2 weeks ago, we talked about how we were listing consistently every day. We were trying to list more items every day.
Yeah.
We were trying to sort through some of the clutter here. The Bargain Barons are here.
Oh,
yay.
wow. Hey, what's up, guys?
Our YouTube friends, the Bargain Barons. And
we're going to check out some of their stuff after this.
We saw they put up a few new videos of the real cool estate sale with all those great collectibles.
So that'll be our dinner plans.
Yeah.
For this, after we do this, conclude this.
When we eat dinner, we're going to watch their videos.
A dinner with the Bargain Barons. Nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, so we were talking about consistently listing items every single day. There's been other YouTubers who have said you kind of have to feed eBay.
What?
Oh my goodness. Aw. The USA loves Bargain Barons.
It does. They really do. Well, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you for the super chat. That's really sweet.
Yeah, and I should have worn my shirt. I think it's in the wash.
Oh, you wore that out over the weekend.
Yeah, I got some compliments on it. Janet got me a shirt at the Bargain Barons merch store. It's I'm not old, I'm collectible.
Yes.
And we went to the post office, and a woman that's working there was like, I like that.
She thought your shirt was cute.
She liked the shirt, so
Aw.
Kudos. But I wore it right out of the bag, and I smelled like brand new shirt all day. That early, that brand new fabric smell.
That brand new shirt smell.
Yeah, fresh out the box, and so we threw it. It should be getting washed sometime soon. But
whenever I can get to laundry.
Yeah, or me. It doesn't matter.
Up bits.
It's not your job.
No, it isn't. But I just
just so people know. Yeah, I do dishes. I do a lot of other
dishes
cleaning
every day. So I do the laundry every day, almost every day,
and
then
I split the chores up.
And then I take care of the cat poop. I scoop poop.
Even though, according to her, she does everything.
Well,
Everything. Don't try to say
we,
no now.
we won't get too into that because we're
uh-huh.
supposed to be talking about eBay.
That's okay. We're talking about our lives. It's behind the scenes. They have to know everything.
Well, some people are neat and tiny.
Let's move to our bedroom issues.
Don't do that.
It needs to be straightened up a little bit.
We need to make the bed.
We don't got to give that
We need
much.
to dust.
That's just too much information.
Now we're talking really dirty.
You don't need to know that much about anybody right out there. That's really not.
Get all the cobwebs out of the, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, eBay.
Yeah.
We're listing more on eBay and
Estate
trying
sales.
to go through clutter. And then we also had some sourcing opportunities where there was a local sale and it was so local, it was like in our neighborhood, so we had to go check it out.
Yeah. It had an issue right off the bat that we spoke about before. Mm-hmm. And that had to do with smoking. It was a smoker's house. So, we had to be kind of choosy. The key there is to find stuff that can be easily cleaned off. Like glass or plastic, some plastic.
Yeah, because some fabrics you could wash. If it smells smoky, you could wash that out. But yeah, as soon as we walked into that house,
Paper's tough.
I smelled the smoke
tobacco,
smell.
right?
Yeah,
The
cigarette
nicotine.
smell.
And to each his own. It's your body. You can do what you want, pretty much your life.
But
that's
as
fine.
a reseller, we have to be mindful of things like that, like mold and smoke odors or pet odors.
Especially when it comes to, again, like paper stuff. Like if you're buying things, oh great, there's all these toys in boxes, but they've been smoked around for 20, 30 years and now they're going to reek of smoke. If, forget about the nicotine buildup. If that's not present, you can still get the smoke smell. So,
yeah.
And it devalues it all, so much if you don't have a way to clean it. And we went over some of that before. Mm-hmm. About the last program.
Yeah,
techniques.
Yeah, we talked about that, how for some of the toys I was taking a small plastic bin and putting them in baking soda. Like they were sitting in there for a few weeks or like a few months in a baking soda bath to get any mildew or musty smells out. Because I had a collection of some dolls and action figures that I either bought really cheap or some were given to me. And they're really cool, and I thought they were worth saving. And some of them, I was able to get the smell out, and I did clean them up and put them on eBay. Yeah. So I'm really grateful for that. I'm really glad it worked out.
Yeah. It yielded some other things that aren't really, I don't know if we talk about them now, but it's more important to me, interesting, I should say, to me, not important, but interesting. It kind of, we talked, what we hinted about last time about finding stuff that's, interesting and it has a history to it. So
well, we can talk about it a little bit.
I won't talk too much about it.
But I wouldn't go into too many details with that to protect people's privacy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the estate we went to, there was a relative in the family that was in the military. And so we found, you found some military documents.
Yeah,
and
it's a bit sad, but...
like old letters and things like that. Paper, ephemera.
Yeah,
where when you read the history, it's like a little sad because the person died at an early age.
And I found... Now, this isn't the first time. I mean, I've come across stuff over the decades. This is not the first time I'm interested in something like this. I have things like, again, another weird thing that has something to do with, when you're out there looking for stuff is I like diaries, old diaries. Nothing too new. I mean, I don't think I'd care about a 1990s diary or that's too new,
Too new, but
80s even might not be that good.
Didn't you find some 1940s diaries and then you found out
one of the first, you
learned about the person who owned the diary?
Absolutely. I was very interested. Well, they were from the 20s actually. It was a single woman from Cleveland, and again, when you read this stuff, it's interesting because a lot of places are still around from back those times, and especially in the neighborhoods that she lived in. She mentioned she actually put all her addresses wherever she bopped around quite a bit, and it was in the area that I was living at the time.
Oh, so she actually would hang out in your old neighborhood
in the 20s. You're talking about the 20s, late 20s, early 30s. So it was interesting for the places she mentioned, and then. It got to the point where I would even look up, she would mention some of the movies that she went and saw and some of the music she was listening to. So, you look that stuff up and...
Oh, because then it's like you can match it up to the...
Hear what they heard and saw what they saw. It's interesting.
Old diaries do sell. I know you're collecting them, but I have seen on eBay like old Civil War era diaries,
Those are real expensive.
Victorian, era,
Yeah.
early 1900s, like 1920s. Some of those do sell. People like to read through old
gosh.
diaries, and it's like a little peek in it back in time.
It's like time traveling.
Yeah.
It really is.
Because you get to see like what they were going through during that time.
There was one
what was going on in current events back then. It's just really interesting.
There was one I got, and it's you're thinking, oh my god, this is going to be cool because it's from the 1800s, and it's a guy that worked on had a ship, right? He was a shipper.
Yeah.
A boat, but it's the most boring thing. All he talks about is the weather and how great the gods above are to provide him with good weather for the day. And it was just literally that. There's nothing, no manifest.
So he just lived
no
a very
drama,
simple life, no
so
drama.
Simple. Bread and water type of guy. I don't know what was going on.
Just loved to be out in the water.
But he just every day he just gave his thanks for whatever was provided to him that day is for work. But it I guess it's interesting. But it was just the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
No variation. Very little variation.
Well, I guess that's good for him because it sounds like nothing dramatic happened.
Well, at least in that 1 year.
At least for that time. It sounds like he had a simple life and just went about his day.
But anyway, so I have an idea. I'd like to do something one day with this stuff, and it would be sort of, I have some ideas that wouldn't give anyone's identity away. But I don't know. I don't even know if anybody cares about that kind of stuff other than me, but...
It could be interesting. Maybe have it as a separate vlog or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's another YouTuber, Paper and Moose, who does something similar. Behind the Paper, it's called.
Yeah, I like a lot of her videos. Paper and Moose.
She'll find things like diaries and or whatever, or newspaper articles that someone collected about themselves or a relative, and do a little research. I mean, these people are long gone. I mean, long.
Yeah,
gone
like
people.
she found a bunch of paper ephemera and photos. There was like, let's say someone who owned a shop in her town.
That's been long gone.
And then she, does a little video about the history of this family and how they ran the business. And then I think one woman was a musician, and it was just neat to see. Yeah. Because it's a little piece of history.
Well, they were people, and they had lives, and it's just kind of, just reaffirm, because we all go through life. It's getting heavy now. Thinking we're the only ones experiencing this, and we're not. I mean, I don't know if it's a duh thing or not, but it's just, affirmation, and most of us always, search for that one way or the other. But anyway, yeah, so we didn't find a whole lot there. I got a little box of stuff that's sellable.
A lot of, like, little, like, vintage knickknacks and, like, some dishware, some vintage Pyrex. Like, I listed the other day from that haul a milk glass Pyrex butter dish.
That's right.
And some of the dishes and stuff like that were in the cabinets, I think weren't as smoky and they were easy to clean. I could just let them soak in like dish soap water and it was okay. Like I was able to clean a lot of those items. So I have some other small items like that. So it wasn't like there weren't any home runs from that estate sale, but some neat historical things that you found.
Yeah.
And then some little like, knick-knack items, little glass items, and I think a couple like retro toys I found, but it was like plastic stuff that I could clean fairly easily.
I even went back the next day to make sure I got like a lot of other stuff that I left there, and I'm happy that I did.
Oh, is that milk bottle in there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That would be cool to show because it has a local connection.
Yeah. There you go. See, that's a good idea. Where's your little box of stuff? Oh, I'll put it in.
Oh, is it over there? Yeah. Okay. And then I have some stuff that I sold today that I could share with you guys, but let's read some comments. There's a lot of comments.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
About days gone by.
Yeah.
I got matches to go with those if you want them.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yep.
All right, so Tony says that's why Anne Frank's diary is so famous. It's a piece of history.
Yeah, didn't find that. But
yeah, nothing that epic.
Definitely something to do with the war. Yeah, with
dramatic
war.
Or sad, but.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well,
it's not good.
It's interesting.
I read more stuff today that's really
yeah. You've been going through like the paper stuff and reading, doing a lot of reading. Bargain Beer says DTM. We need it on Mondays. He's down to Mondays.
Oh yeah.
We've got the case of the Mondays here.
More comments.
Travis says those diaries need to be preserved for future generations. And then Marty likes my shoes. Okay, thanks, Marty. Um, yeah, actually these were thrifted, and they were brand new from the thrift
Can't
store.
even see your. Oh,
My
okay.
pants were from the thrift store too. They look like old man pants, but I love them. They're comfortable. I'm dressed very nerdy today.
I'm wearing a thong from the thrift store. I'm naughty.
Oh God, I'm either goth or nerdy.
Everyone just
like those are my two fashion.
Everyone just threw their dinner.
And
up.
most of the things I wear are from the thrift store, with
Not-
the exception of this Goulardi shirt.
I think everyone just threw up their dinner. When I said that.
Let's see.
What else?
Listening while working, says Albert. Cool. Thank you, Albert.
That's the way to do it.
James says, hi, Janet. James, how are you doing with your cold? Oh, he's all
Gosh,
better.
that was years
Yeah.
ago. That was like a week ago. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I feel way better. And
Yeah.
it was just a cold, and that's very nice. I hated getting it. I mean, I don't think anyone likes having a cold, but man, it just reminded me how much I hate having a cold. But I'm happy that's all it was a cold. But it's been 2 years, so.
Lois says, historical novel writers always look for diaries of the times to see how people actually talked, what fashions they wore, what was trendy, etc. Makes the books more interesting. Oh,
well, we will. Next time we hook up with them, we'll give them the whole story.
Oh yeah, I think Tom and Lois.
We're
would
gonna
love to
say I'm
see
sorry
that. Oh, I don't remember what I was gonna say.
about how historians.
Oh, I would never. I
Yeah.
would have never thought of that.
Well, how do you think they come up with the stories? They just don't make them up. They don't dream up. I'm going to create something called the United States Army.
Well, I'm
and-
not much of a writer. I mean,
Well,
I
everything's-
help write our skits
now,
sometimes.
but people do. What the interesting thing about that is you can take something like that, a real life event, and then turn it into a fantasy story. Obviously, you can create the Space Marines or the space.
Yeah.
You can put a different slant on it, and you could do that too. But it usually starts somewhere. The best dramas and the best action and stuff is based on obviously stuff that really happened. I mean, it's a starting point anyway.
Good point. Gary says, I found some of my tapes with Friday night videos on them. Ooh, old tapes.
What, like the TV show Friday Night Videos?
The old Friday night shows?
What are you talking about?
Gary Smith. I found some of my tapes with Friday night videos.
Okay, so I think
Friday night local shows?
No, we talked about that, I think.
Or is that the name of a show?
No, Friday Night Videos. I always, whenever I hear certain songs...
I'm not familiar with that.
It was a show that came on Friday night, and they showed music videos. And it was called Friday Night Videos. Can you believe it? Such an original name they came up with. But it was one of the first before MTV. Well, it wasn't before MTV.
No, MTV started in like
Early
1982.
early 80s. So Friday Night Videos was kind of an offshoot, but it was a network. NBC had it on.
Yeah.
And it would be Friday night at 11:30, I believe, or Saturday night, I think. No, Friday. It's Friday night at 11:30, and that was frustrating back then because it would come on around the same night Big Chuck and Little John was on. So sometimes you had to sort of
pick and choose.
We would go back and forth.
Switch the channel back and forth.
Yeah, if the movie was terrible, we'd switch back and forth.
Flip that dial.
Yeah, we didn't have the remote. I think we had to do the knob thing for a long time. But anyway. But Friday Videos, and they would show all the new late breaking. I mean, they premiered the Thriller video on there, Michael Jackson Thriller.
That was a big deal then.
And I believe I taped that on my boombox at the time. I still have the cassette somewhere because they simulcast it onto the radio station. But yeah, Friday Night Videos. Oh, I'd like to get copies of those if that's possible.
That's cool. Yeah, maybe we could digitize them for you, Gary.
I could do that if you wanted me. If I could borrow those tapes, or if you have a way to do it, I could put them on DVD and give you everything back.
Cool.
Plus a copy on DVD. Hit me up, man. I'd love it. Anything you find, if you happen to tape King Kong on Channel 43 back in the day, need that too. But that'll never happen. No one.
So, back to the
back to
eBay stuff.
Well, it's your fault. You gave me coffee.
Now he's all wired.
Bing bong, bing bing bong, bing bing bong.
So yeah, I'm consistency.
I'm consistency.
I am consistently listing 5 items a day, and I'm selling. It looks like about 3 to 5 items a day. Right now, my average for the month, I'm averaging like 145 sales a month.
Whoa.
And then my average transaction is around $30.
Do the math.
So, my goal is to double how many items I sell a month.
Mm-hmm. So why don't you list twice? You're only listing 5 a day.
For now, but I want to build it up and then do 10 a day once I get.
All you have to do is list 5 more.
But the toys are definitely selling faster than clothes and jewelry. The Barbie dolls, the Bratz dolls, He-Man, She-Ra, Ninja Turtles, those kind of figurines, old VHS tapes.
You seem to have this unending well of toys you've been. You just listed an Ecto one, the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, well, see, and that was from my own collection. I've been, you've been going through the basement and bringing up boxes for me. Well, within the past month or so, a little bit here and there.
Unearthing your boxes of never-ending toys.
Yes, we're doing like a basement archaeology dig.
So many layers of strata.
And I was going, this one little tote had like 1 million different action figures in it. And they were all covered in dust and stuff. And I've been like cleaning them and researching. And it was half He-Man and half Ghostbusters, and then a bunch of Pez like thrown in there. So yeah,
you use the bathroom in that thing?
What?
Oh, Pez. I think you said something else.
Pez.
Bunch of Pez. Okay.
But yeah, I just listed the other day the Ghostbusters car, the Ecto one, and then all the action figure of the little guys and like a little ghost guy. And it's fun. Like, even though I had a lot of fun collecting those things, it was literally collecting dust in the basement.
Did you get that other bag of toys that I pulled out?
Yeah, I brought those up. Those are Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, those were sitting in that thing.
I forgot I even had those. I thought
And there was a Hulk Hogan one in there, I think.
Ooh,
figure.
Wrestling figures. That's
you got a lot of stuff in there.
There is. Albert says, I wish I could do more than 5 sit-ups a day. I can't do many sit-ups either. That's tough. Travis says, last year I won an auction on eBay for a new in-the-box Red Dragon Thunder Zord and add it for my Power Rangers collection. Oh, he collects Power Rangers. Cool.
Wow. Now, what did you try to... You were looking at this bizarre thing, the Barbie heads, and you didn't get it?
Yeah, so sometimes I source on other selling websites, and I saw on this one online site that they had a bunch of Barbie doll heads for sale, like 1960s and 1970s Barbie doll heads, where it was like 15 of them for $50. With the vintage Barbie, some people will buy the pieces and parts so they can put together like one complete Barbie and fix it up and make it look nice and resell it or add it to their collection. Some people will reroute the hair, they'll repaint the faces, they do like their own customized dolls.
But you waited too long.
Yeah, because I thought, well, maybe I could buy that and then, because I do have a couple Barbie bodies that don't have heads.
The heads.
And I thought maybe I could buy the Barbie doll heads and then keep that in my little pile so I can kind of piece things together and sell them later. And no, those sold quick, like within 20 minutes.
Someone else had the same idea.
Because I clicked like or watch the item or whatever, and then I saw it sold like real quick. I should have just bought them as soon as I saw them.
And there is another layer of collecting and of collecting out there that people do, and if they restore stuff and they refurbish things like Mego dolls from the 60s or from the 70s.
Yeah,
and
the Mego action figures.
They'll buy pieces, parts, or especially if they're original, that's always better. And they'll use them to rebuild some broken ones. And the same thing with Barbie and Lego and anything you could imagine.
Yeah.
Star Wars stuff. People make they make replicas of different parts, like of a spaceship, like it's missing the canopy, like the X-wing fighter. They make replica pieces, parts that are commonly lost out of these things that you can buy. But the problem with the trick with that is sometimes you got to be careful that you're not buying something that's a replica. You know what I mean? And that's a whole nother level.
Well, it's recognizing the replica from the original. It's knowing the differences. Like there's some reproduction vintage Barbies. Like in the 1990s, they made like a reproduction of Solo in the Spotlight Barbie, where she's like a singer. She's got some fancy dress and a microphone. It's kind of cute. But they have different markings. The body is made differently. It's made out of a newer plastic. You could just tell. The hair is like even different. You could definitely tell. And then with some of the dolls that are marked, there's a lot of them that are marked, Mattel 1966. But they're from the 1980s. They're not 1960s dolls, but People that don't know that think, oh, it's marked 1966. It's from the 60s.
Yeah. Another well, yeah.
But no,
knowing where you get the stuff too. Like,
mm-hmm.
for example, a couple summers ago, I got God, I wish I could find something like this one more time at least. It was basically an old cardboard box.
There's a cat knocking on the door.
And it was it was actually a round sort of cylinder, like an old pretzel can or a pretzel box or something. But anyway, oof, that door noise.
I need some oil.
But it was basically what we used to use as kids, some sort of form of box. It was a kid's toy box from the 1970s. And it was full of random stuff. I remember having a similar toy box. I mean, my brother and I, we would just throw all our toys in a cardboard box covered with contact paper, right? And,
sorry.
You have a call. And how rude.
I'll get that later. I thought I had my phone turned off.
Was that B?
It's it's a friend calling.
BM?
We'll call him back later.
All right. Anyway, so but in there I found there was a bunch of junk, but in there was some original things, obviously, because this thing was like, not sealed, but it hasn't really been gone through since the time the kid had them. But I found, like, for example, X-Wing, Star Wars X-Wing fighter canopy, just the canopy.
Oh.
Sold that on eBay for like $30.
Yeah,
it was an original piece.
Because if someone wants that one piece to complete it.
And it's original. Yeah. It's not one of the replicas, so they'll have an actual original. And another cool thing is that they do make
Star Wars is big because, like, there are little weapons for those little tiny figures. Yeah. If the one was, what was it? Was it Jawa with the cape?
The Jawa, yeah.
Yeah, where the value was different depending on if he had a cloth cape or not.
Well, that's a production variant. I'm talking about when they remake, like, so people make those little jackets and stuff. They'll remake the weapons. So you have to know how to, I'm saying that does add a little layer of difficulty when you're buying vintage stuff sometimes, because people do make replicas of stuff.
Yeah.
But like I said, I pull all this stuff out of an old kids, 70s, toy box full of just army men and everything else. So everything in there was pretty original. And another thing I found in there that was really good was Shogun Godzilla toy that came out that I got for Christmas in the 70s.
Is that the one with the hand that would come off?
With the missile hand, and one of them, there was one in there. That's the
hand goes missing, right?
Yeah, I have. I don't have my original. A couple things break off of that, like the fire mechanism that lets the fire come out. It's like a little lever that always breaks off. And the hand is the rocket hand that launches off is usually always missing. Wow. I have one right now with the miss. I could have kept it and had a complete Godzilla, but it was sold for $50.
Well, couldn't you give him a cool robot hand or something?
I could do something.
Yeah.
Aluminum foil ball.
Make your own hand for Godzilla.
Tiny hand Godzilla. One of those little rubber hands.
There you go.
Sure, whatever. I can. Oh, don't stop. Don't let me do that. You don't know what I'll attach to that hand.
Okay, some comments.
And Louie's joined us, by the way.
Have you ever come across the Ghostbusters 1984 toys with Tracy the Gorilla based on the 1975 show?
Didn't know they made them.
I know they did make figures of those, but they are harder to find, Bobby. I think at one point I did have Tracy the Gorilla. I think I did have one of those little figures. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll find it going through a box of stuff in the basement. And Bargain Barons. Oh, you guys collect Transformers? He shared a link of a Transformers collection.
Those are super collectible.
They're super collectible, and people will buy little pieces and parts to complete the sets and stuff.
I don't care if I see a Transformer, and especially the Gen 1, anything from the first generation of them. I don't care what condition it is. Buy it. You can sell it for parts. They sell all the time. I mean, that's not even a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a no-brainer when you see Transform, especially anything that's like for what they call first gen. The mid-80s ones.
You know what? The one thing I noticed with vintage toys that doesn't seem to have a high resale value, and I only buy them if I can get them cheap, like the My Little Ponies. The Gen 1 and Gen 2 My Little Ponies, most of them only go for like $10 to $20 a piece.
If you get them for 50 cents.
So, there was one time we were at a Goodwill where they were $1 a piece, and I got like 5 of them. And I sold, some of them for around $10 each. So it wasn't that big of a, But I was really surprised. I'm like, My Little Pony, I thought people collected those. But there's like a mail-away My Little Pony from the 80s that I think is worth like $700.
Whoa.
It was like a mail order, exclusive. And I think there's only like a few that are like super rare like that, because
Good
most
Lord.
of the ones I have seen, just from selling them a little bit, they don't seem to have a high resale value.
Yeah, I mean, it depends obviously on the toy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't
I
know.
was like, really? I thought people, because you hear of the Brodies and people loving My Little Pony, but
Yeah.
I guess they don't love him
That much.
that much. The Transformers, Ghostbusters, G.I. Joe. I mean, there's stuff that's like a lot, that's way higher up on the collectability and value.
Any more questions or comments?
Bargain Baron says, yes, I have a bunch of Gen 1 Transformers in the box, some unopened. I have put some into clear cases to protect them. Wow, that's cool.
Those are good.
Those are good investment pieces.
Those
that's
are real
awesome.
Good. Yeah, those are crazy. Another good one was Micronauts.
Oh yeah.
From the 70s. That's like one of the Star Wars toys. There were so many like toy makers trying to come up with their own version of something spacey, and Micronauts was borrowed from Japanese. It was what was it, Micro Man or something like that, or I forget the name of it.
Oh, I'm not sure.
But they based the toys off of them, and then they're pulled all. They kind of put together a whole toy line of a bunch of different stuff. But some of those, those toys are expensive and good if you can find Micronauts from the 70s, late 70s.
So you had some really good sales over the weekend,
I did.
We're probably going to put that on YouTube as a separate video.
Oh yeah, that's right. You shot that.
We recorded it last night on the GoPro, so I just need to piece it together a little bit.
Yeah, I sold a lot of high stuff. Like I thought it was like stuff that was like $80 and over. Between $80 and $200.
Yeah, because there was one collector that bought like a bunch of the same thing.
So there was a drink mix called what's it called? Goofy. I can't think now. I'm thinking too hard right now. Oh shit!
It's like Kool-Aid, but not.
What am I? I can't think.
Well, while
Choo Cherry.
I can read more comments while you think that over. Bargain Baron says, and I have some still sealed on the card, original 1982 Superpowers action figures.
Those are good.
I sold a Superpowers set recently.
You didn't know what it was, and I told you what it was.
We got it at a yard sale last summer for $2 with the box.
That thing was good.
I sold it for $100, free shipping.
It was one of the villains' little.
It was like one of their cars or tanks or something.
Some wacky.
It was in like a little square box, like a cube box,
But it was the blue packaging with those yellow stars. I was like, that's a Superpowers vehicle. Get that.
It was sitting on a table. I'm like, how much is this? She's like, $2.
Like, you got the steal of the day.
I'm like,
on there.
okay.
That was real good.
Here, $2, no problem. Because it looked vintage. It looked like it was something. I just wasn't familiar with those toys.
Yeah.
The vintage, radar went off when I saw it. And then you're like, oh, that's good. You should get it.
Unbelievable. It was so good.
Travis, he's talking to Bargain Barons. John Lincoln said, I was just going to say Micronauts had a ton. I had a ton back in the day.
Mm.
Tony says funny face drink mix.
Funny. I'm on wacky package. Okay, the funny face drink mix stuff. I actually stumbled upon a bunch of iron-ons. Big. I mean, they were like on 8.5 by 11 sheets of big rubbery iron-ons, and it was most of the characters. Wacky Watermelon, Choo Choo Cherry, Goofy Grape.
They're really cute.
Ollie Jolly Orange. There was like I had more of them. I sold a few here and there, but I had them up. I had them up like $30 a piece plus free shipping, just to sell them. They sat for a little bit, but some guy came through last night and was like, "I want all of them. How much? Can you give them to me for this amount?" I sold them all. 8 of them for $200, and then another package of sealed, hard as a rock, orange wacky, funny face.
Funny faces.
Well, I don't know why the word wacky's in my head.
I don't know.
Funny face drink mix. Sorry. To him, so it was like a $220 sale plus free shipping, and that went out today. But yeah that was.
Hopefully, he doesn't try to actually eat.
That's all on you, bro. That ain't me.
If it were me, I'd have a million notes in the box like, "Do not drink. Do not actually eat."
Yeah, I don't want to really get into that too much because if people don't know to not consume a 50-year-old product.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I have some antique lipsticks. I say antique because they're like almost 70 years old. And usually anything 70 years or older is antique. They're like old Max Factor little brass lipstick tubes with the lipstick still in them. Mm-hmm. And I've sold a bunch of them. I still have a handful up on my eBay store. In the description, I put, for collecting, for for decorative use only.
Don't be stupid.
Do not actually use. This lipstick is over 50 years old. And I did have someone messaging me asking if, oh, do you think I could use this? I'm like, no, this is not to use. Buy new lipstick if you're going to use it. Don't buy lipstick that's 60 years old or whatever.
Wouldn't recommend it.
So, you know how people can be sometimes. Maybe they just don't know. So I put it in the description, like, do not use. When I sold like a vintage Halloween makeup kit, I even put like do not use for collecting only. Just to cover my butt, and that way they know in case if they actually don't know. Tony says you're probably thinking wacky packs. They made fun of real products.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
wacky packages.
The wacky packages.
I just, for some reason, I'm doing that thing where I'm thinking too hard, and it's like I'm getting a blank because I have to perform right this second. I'm having performance anxiety, but with broadcasting.
But with podcasts.
Yes, I'm thinking too hard, and nothing's coming to my head, and I'm letting everybody down around me, and sorry, it happens to everybody once in a while. Yeah, that's it. Funny face drink mix.
Oh, yeah.
I know it well.
So I have some sales I can share. Not as good as your sales.
These are sales or things that you...
These are things I sold that I have to...
scared my Louie.
I'm sorry, Louie.
That's all right.
I didn't mean to scare
you. And I have things I can show that I bought today. Not most exciting, but some practical stuff and some fun stuff.
Barbies.
You ever take your Barbies to Airbies?
Me Barbies. Okay, I sold an Aquarius Barbie. She went for $44 with shipping included.
Cha-ching.
I had her for $49.99 free shipping. I sent out an offer and she sold.
Cha-ching.
Here's a Bratz doll. Bratz Megan. This was from that Bratz haul from like a month ago. Mm-hmm. She's one of the stragglers. I've sold most of them. Good. She went for $37, I think with shipping included, and then she comes with like a baggie of clothes. Random like TLC Barbie doll clothes, $9.99. No big deal there, but just getting rid of some of the Barbie stuff that wasn't good to piece out. Some of these have rips, some have a few spots. It's like a TLC lot for someone to fix them up.
Some are ripped, some are torn.
Yes. Oh, she doesn't have any clothes on.
We have nudity on our show.
We're going to be showing some nudity. She doesn't have any clothes on.
Nondescript nudity.
There's some nudity for you. Woo! Naked!
Hey,
woo!
We're getting crazy on the show.
And this is a Franken Barbie. This is a ballerina Barbie head from 1975. But the body is a different Barbie doll body. This is actually a Canadian standard Barbie doll body on a American 1975 ballerina Barbie head. She went for $29.99 with shipping included.
Where is she going to? Canada or the United States?
I don't remember where she was going. But I included like a little outfit with her. That way she won't be naked for long. She has a little outfit for her and the new owner.
Got it.
And then 1960s, a 1960s necklace went for $9 plus shipping. This was from a lot where I bought a whole baggie of retro jewelry for like $2. This is like that mod kind of stuff, like the weird funky colors, the 1960s costume jewelry. So yeah, those are my little sales today. They're smaller, they're easy to ship. They're plastic. I don't have to worry about them breaking.
Nice. That's all. I picked up a few things. Well, we went shopping. They went to a couple different thrift stores. And I got some stuff. I think I spent close to $60 today. Not that, I shouldn't have even spent that much. But, like, I picked this up. This is like some sort of, this is a diaper change liners. But anyway, this was only $1.99. And I think I could sell it for $20.
Oh, that's good.
And
it's
sell.
Smaller. It's easy
and it
to
sells.
ship.
So I like when the stuff flies off and it goes away in a couple days. These are Williams Sonoma. This is also $1.99. Williams Sonoma pancake molds. Silicone with different shapes, like a pumpkin, a ghost, a cat. And Williams Sonoma's a good brand.
That's a Kohl's brand.
Yes.
I think from Kohl's department store.
But I think it could sell
one of the department stores.
Williams Sonoma, I think it could sell this again for about $20-25. And baby's first Rudolph. Oh, how cute.
Oh,
Yeah, this you know there was $2.29. Their plushes are pretty cheap. I gotta get it working, but this is another $25. You know, again, it's one of those things that someone will buy. Maybe not so closer to Christmas, but you never know.
Connie goes, "Yep, paid 50 for it." She bought that pancake thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I told you it's real good.
Yeah.
We want to shoot it down to be a Kohl's brand, but I think it's better than that.
Well, I think it's some department store brand, and I thought
Williams-Sonoma.
Yeah.
It's an actual shop. It's very expensive.
Oh, I kept thinking it was like. I saw that brand.
I don't want to. I don't know.
I'd have to look.
I didn't notice this was broken, but it's okay. It was half off anyway.
I don't shop the fancy stuff that often.
Remember that popcorn bowl we used on the show for so long? That big heavy white one. That was a Williams-Sonoma.
Oh, and it broke.
We got it for $1.
And it broke.
That thing is like a $40.
But it was nice while we had it.
It had a crack in it, so we retired it. We got rid of it.
Yeah.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Razor.
The red-nosed reindeer.
Red-nosed reindeer clock.
So you found 2 Rudolph things.
Yeah, 2006. And Christmas stuff, especially Rudolph stuff, does sell pretty good. It's got a crack here, busted off piece. But I think I can still sell it. I only paid $1.50 for it. And last but not least, Hormel chili.
You bought a can of chili?
I got hungry. I mean, I'm shopping and work up appetite. But no, it's actually a bank.
So it's a piggy bank that looks like a can of chili.
It's a bank. You could hide whatever you want. You could hide it's a little stash.
But wouldn't that look funny? Like if someone's looking, like if you hid that under your bed with your stash or whatever.
Yeah, man.
Like you have a can of chili under your bed.
No, it would. This would be dangerous because you always check expiration dates. You'd be like, I think this is no good, and you'll throw it away. Like, I had $3,000 in this chili can. Where did it go?
It expired 3 years ago.
I saw it. It was expired, and I threw it away.
You'd have to hide that from me.
Great. There's our money. There's our little secret savings.
There's our treasures.
By the way, I'm not going to hide money. I'm going to sell this thing, so don't come looking at our house going through all our chili cans. Or Hormel, or
they might run off and actually have a can.
Well, I don't want that. I got people thinking we hide money in cans here.
No, we don't. We don't have money to hide.
Well, there's that too.
All right. So yeah, just sharing some stuff, some goings-ons with the reselling and scavenging. We are waiting to hear back from a friend on another another sourcing opportunity.
Yes.
And we're also preparing for Cinema Wasteland and the events coming up in April. So this is a good segue into the Mummy and the Monkey side of things. We're going to switch gears. We're going to switch over.
Here we go.
From eBay to B-movies.
What's buzzing? Oh, wait a
minute. Not that.
Not yet. Not like that. That's not till Friday night.
All right. So what are you thinking the movies should be? Because you didn't look at all the movies yet.
I didn't look at all the movies, but I'm thinking Bowery at Midnight might be good.
The Bowery Boys?
Yeah.
Okay. So we might be playing that this Friday with Bela Lugosi and the Bowery Boys. Bowery at Midnight.
Yeah, Slip Mahoney, Satch, Whitey, all your Bowery Boy favorites.
I honestly haven't seen much of the Bowery Boys. I know of them, but I haven't watched much of them. So who are they and what's that about?
They actually started out as the East Side Kids. I'm pretty sure. And
because wasn't there a movie with Bela in it? It was like Bela Lugosi and the East Side Kids?
Something like that.
It was like some really corny movie.
They started out not being that funny. I remember it was kind of more of a tongue-in-cheek sort of, drama, these street kids. It got real jokey later when they were Bowery Boys. It had a different tone. Like Slip Mahoney, the leader of the gang, would, always mess words up, always, I see you got to get your eyes checked, go to an octopus. Instead of optometrist, It was like I'll mortalize you, and he would always he would mispronounce words, use the that was his shtick, and his buddy Satch was the goofy. Oh, chief, ooh, chief, calls him chief.
And they were from New York. It takes place in New York.
The Bowery.
From the Bowery.
And they got in all kind of madcap adventures later on when they were the Bowery Boys. East Side Kids was again a little more serious tone. They were like the grown-up little rascals, but the dark side,
Yeah.
But it wasn't as funny as it evolved into later when they were the Bowery Boys. Anyway, this movie I just watched it actually from another program, another horror host from years and years ago.
It's a short movie too. It's like just a little bit under an
There's
hour.
really not much to those movies. I mean, it's them running around.
So maybe we could pair it with like another short or something.
The one East Side Kids one you're talking about, where they with Bela, is the one I believe when they're printing Nazi propaganda in a house, and so of course like Scooby Doo or something, they make it look like it's haunted. So if anyone comes in, they get scared because they see the eyes moving in the picture.
But they get him and he's arrested or whatever.
Yeah. I don't want to give anything away. We're not showing that movie anyway, but we're going to show Bowery at midnight, which is a totally different movie.
Yeah, has Bela Lugosi in it, who was Dracula. Universal Studios, he was Dracula in 1932.
Only Dracula that matters.
He was one of the best Draculas ever.
Yeah, him and Leslie Nielsen. Best Dracula.
I like him and Christopher Lee a lot.
George Hamilton. Great Dracula. Suntan Dracula.
Let's read some of the comments.
I got Louis hair all over me. Sorry, I'm acting weird.
Are you itchy?
I'm not like, the bugs, man. I'm not having withdrawals or some kind of weird.
No, it's just the hair getting on your face.
Louis hair's very thin and fine, and when you pet him, it's all over you.
Sometimes I sneeze from Louis because he's so fluffy.
I just feel the hairs, but I can't see him.
Hey, have you made any progress on Minute of Terror or whatever? Oh, last podcast we were talking about, because YouTube has those, like, is it YouTube Shorts they call it?
Oh, Minute of Terror.
Kind of like a TikTok thing. It's like YouTube's version of TikTok.
Rob? Or
yeah, Rob or Karen Barron.
Yeah, Rob was messaging me about it. No, that's something we're going to have to work on probably the next... we're going to actually be off for a few weeks.
In April, we'll be off for a few weeks.
So we'll probably work on that and some new skits and have a bunch of new stuff coming out.
Well, and with that new format, I'm not sure how you would edit that, because I don't know if you have to upload it from your phone or if you could just edit it as a short video clip and then upload it from the computer.
On YouTube, you should be able to upload it on YouTube.
Maybe. I'm trying to learn the particulars of the YouTube Shorts, like their version of TikTok, because I'm seeing now you can record a video through the app and then you can add in, they've got set music, like set songs you could pick from and all these other things that I know like TikTok has.
Yeah.
We have a TikTok account, but I took it off my phone for my own personal preference for security reasons. We're just not pursuing TikTok right now.
Security purposes.
But yeah, we definitely want to do more with YouTube and stuff like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because I think I like YouTube a little more than TikTok, but that's just my own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I know the hip, young, cool kids are really liking TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Lois says, I saw a lot of Bowery Boys movies when I was a kid. Leo Gorsi certainly had a way with words.
Hunt's Hall. That's Satch. Hunt's Hall, Leo Gorsi. Good stuff. We used to watch them. They used to show a lot of those after Big Chuck and Little John, like on the 8 All Night movie. Mm-hmm. They'd be one of the features usually.
Heading out.
Oh my God.
Connie Cleary's leaving. Bye, Connie.
See
Thanks
you,
for
Connie.
watching us.
Thanks for stopping by.
If you guys like hanging out and talking about B movies and collectibles, give the video a like. We do appreciate you guys. And if you're new to the channel and you're just tuning in, you can always hit subscribe and click the bell for notifications. That way, when we do this live streaming thing, when we host B movies on the Hairy Scary Hangout, or when we just upload a random video, you'll get a notification so you don't miss anything.
That's right. Now it's time for the Mummy and the Monkey snack toys.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wrong thing.
Different show.
Wrong
sorry.
show.
Oops. You want to talk about where we're going to be? You want to do anything like that?
Oh, we could do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oops.
We could do that.
All right, got to go. I don't know what's going to pop up on the stills, but get ready. Probably, yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, there's our Teespring store. We have tank tops, t-shirts, hoodies, and so much more. It's all there on the Teespring store. We have a coupon code that you guys can use now through up until April 1st, I should say. And the coupon code is FLING. F-L-I-N-G, all in capital letters, FLING. And you can get 15% off of your order.
Ooh.
So that way you'll be the best dressed on your block.
That's right. And it's time to vote already.
For the Rhonda Awards. It's Rhonda campaign season for us because we're really grateful that we're on the ballot. Now, the Rhonda Hatton Classic Horror Awards. Here, we could just put it back on the camera.
All right.
And because I want to talk about Rhonda for a few minutes.
Whoop, my bad. Wait a minute.
Oops, where did we go? It's dark in here.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Hi, Louie.
So the Rhonda Hatton Classic Horror Awards are fan-based. has like different categories that you could choose from, and every year from February to, you know, around the end of March, you can vote for who your favorites are.
Right.
So for 2021, you can vote for like your favorite movie, your favorite magazine, favorite horror website, favorite podcast. There's even a category for favorite horror host.
Interesting.
And we were lucky enough to be put on the ballot for category 21 under favorite horror host.
That's right, MummyAndMonkey.
And it's tough but friendly competition. We love the other horror hosts. It's just that we're up against some big syndicated, some big names out there, and we love them. We're fans of them, but it's like, you know, around this time of year, we're like, hey, vote for us. So we hope that you guys would consider voting for us, and you can vote for the other categories as well. All of the information is on rondoaward.com. rondoaward.com. And, you know, the Cleveland motto with sports is, oh, maybe next year.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't win this time, maybe next year. And we've gotten honorable mention several times.
Yeah.
And we were happy to get honorable mention, and, you know, we were like, oh, maybe next year. So maybe this year could be the year.
This year, it could be next year.
Yeah, maybe this year could be next year.
Just saying.
And the voting does end the 29th of March, 2022.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, so 29th of March is the cutoff date. So you have to send all your votes in by March 29th, 2022. And then I believe in April is when they announce who won. Who you know, who the winners are. There's definitely going to be more than one winner. They have over 20 different categories to choose from.
Wowzers.
And it's all, you know, the fans voting in. So that's pretty cool.
And you could just vote for one or all 21. Doesn't matter. It's up to you.
Yeah, so share that with your friends, guys. You know, if you haven't voted, we hope that you consider voting for us. So it's just... we may have to trade you like they did Baker Mayfield.
Oh, boy.
It's a Cleveland Browns reference. I'm not happy with the Browns right now.
We don't get into that.
But that's my own opinion. I won't get into that.
Bypass that whole subject.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that topic.
That's for a different sort of forum.
But I'm not much of a sports person anyway.
I'm up for the Ronco Award. First prize is a pocket fisherman. That would be awesome.
There you go.
That would be awesome.
There you go. All right, so yeah, we have Cinema Wasteland coming up in a few weeks.
Yes, we do.
It's just a few weeks away.
I know. We got to make sure we got everything together.
So we have to make sure we have everything ready for that. We also there's some costume things I want to touch up, and you know, stuff like that to make sure I have my outfits picked out for the film fest.
Oh, yeah. And then after that, we have an event we're hosting live at the Lorraine Palace Theater. Called where they're going to be showing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2.
Yes, well, there's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film
Don't say festival, just because it's just one.
Well, a film event.
Yes.
It's a fun event that is Saturday, April 16th, 2022, and it's at the Lorraine Palace Theater in Lorraine, Ohio. Carolyn Williams from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. She is the star actress of that movie. She will be there to sign autographs, to do a meet and greet. We're going to help host a Q&A with her. And hopefully the fans, the people in the audience can ask questions also. So maybe we can help coordinate that. Mm-hmm. The tickets are just $25. They have a Wurlitzer organ that's going to be playing the music from the movie there. And this building, this Lorraine Palace building, is over 100 years old. It's a really cool historic building in Lorraine, Ohio. Over 100 years old. A lot of people have said it's haunted. They've had ghost
sightings.
Like ghost investigators, ghost inspectors, Ghostbuster type people.
Come in there and...
yeah. I was trying to think of the right wording for it. Ghost checkers.
Paranormal investigators.
Paranormal investigators. Ghost checkers.
Ghost checkers.
They had ghost checkers there.
Is either that or...
They go and check for ghosts.
Is there our funny face drink mix? No, they have, yeah.
Yes.
We both are like off the... Yeah.
We are. It's Monday, right?
Yeah, it's the excuse.
It's Monday. So yeah, they have had paranormal investigators there that have claimed to have seen and heard things, which is pretty cool.
Right.
So maybe we'll see some ghosts there, and hopefully we'll see some of you fans too.
Well, that'd be great. Yeah, we're hosting it. We'll be interviewing Caroline, And it'll be a blast. It'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, 1928 says Gary. So it's almost 100 years old.
What's that?
The age of the building. Okay, so it's almost
Gary
100 years old.
Gary already bought his ticket.
Bargain Biggins, Ghost Checkers. It's a board game you don't know.
Who you gonna call? Ghost Checkers. I ain't afraid no ghost or checkers.
The Ghost Checker Outers.
Yeah, Ghost Checkers too. They just remade Ghost Checkers.
The Ghost Peoples. I don't know. I'm all wacky now. But yeah, we're excited about those events. And then Fan Expo is the third event at the end of April.
Oh, that's right. Wow.
It's like the very last weekend of April. They're having a big convention in Cleveland. The people who, like Wizard World Comic Con is no more. They sold it to Fan Expo. So if there's a big Comic Con type of event in your town, most likely it's by a company called Fan Expo now. And there's going to be a Fan Expo Cleveland at the end of April. And William Shatner's going to be there.
Really?
Dude's like almost 100.
He's going to be in Cleveland?
He's going to be in Cleveland, according to the website.
We should go see him. It costs us, what, $600?
It'll probably be $1 million for an autograph. But
Spock, the Mummy and the Monkey.
maybe we can get his autograph. I mean, that'd be cool, right?
Make that car payment.
Yeah.
Lou.
But I mean, dude is up there in years, so depending on the price of the autograph, it might be worth it to go and meet him and get something signed.
Maybe.
I think that'd be really cool.
It might be.
If we can swing it. But the reason why I brought up Fan Expo is because we're part of two nonprofit groups, Ghostbusters Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
And they do a lot of like kids charities. They go around dressed in their Ghostbusters gear. Speaking of ghosts and Ghostbusters, they're really nice people, and they're hosting a discussion panel at Fan Expo Cleveland. I don't know the day yet, but we will be there for one day to be a part of the discussion panel. They're going to talk about monster movies.
Yep.
And then the Cleveland Star Trek group, the Federation of Trekkers, will also be there with their booth. And they have a lot of photo ops and cool like fundraising things they do. So we're going to be hanging out with the Cleveland Star Trek group too. So both groups are amazing. They both do charity. They both have fun with the cosplay and dressing up and the events and stuff. So we're going to go for one day to be a part of the panel and to just hang out and meet and greet with people. And it's just going to be fun.
Yeah, right, Lou. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So we're not setting up there for the whole weekend, but we're going to go for like a day.
Right.
We just don't know what day yet.
No.
But we'll announce it as soon as we can.
Yeah.
You guys have the coolest laptop, says David. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you helped fashion that.
Yep, I just lobbed a piece of styrofoam. This is a part of a styrofoam tombstone Halloween thing. Just lobbed off the top. It worked perfect. It was the right size and everything. And everything. Right, Louie?
Bargain Baron said, when Karen and I bought this old antique house we live in, we were totally paranoid there would be spirits, built in 1931. Ooh. I bought a K2 meter, a full spectrum HD video camera, and an Ovilus. We found nothing. Wow. Well, maybe nothing traumatic happened in the home. Maybe it just, whoever was living out their lives and passed away, maybe they just went on to the next, as you guys would say, they went on to the next.
There you go.
As the Bargain Barons would say.
Let's go on to the next.
Yeah, they went on to the next. So, yeah. I mean, I guess as long as the ghost would be a friendly ghost, you wouldn't want a mean ghost, right?
Like Casper.
Yeah, you would want like a Casper the Friendly Ghost type.
Oh, speaking of that, it's the other thing I found that I'm pretty sure isn't this from Casper? I don't know. It's one of it's some weird little blow mold or vac form thing. There's nothing on it on the back, so it might not be Casper, but it just to me looked a little bit like the Casper, that one of those bad ghosts on the Casper CGI.
Oh, it kind of looks like that, but I don't think it is. Unless if it's marked on the back like the studio or whatever.
It's not, though. That's what's weird. So. I don't know. It's just a few bucks.
We've been here 11 years and the house is loaded with antique treasure and we never have any strange noises or happenings at all. Wow, well that's good.
That is good.
Everything's like peaceful there. Lois says there's a spirit or something in our house built in 1923. It turned our thermostat down to 50 degrees last night and has turned the radio on or turned it from FM to AM. Weird and unsettling. Ooh.
Creepy.
Well, I guess as long as that's all they're doing, if they're just tinkering around with your electronics, I guess that's fine. But as long as they're not like throwing things at you, you're okay.
Yeah.
As long as it's not too much of a menacing ghost.
Give you a ghost wedgie.
I used to watch all those ghost hunting shows all the time. Travis Brown is saying he likes Ghost Adventures. That's cool. Gary Smith says it looks like one of the ghostly trio. He thinks it might be.
Okay.
Cool.
What are you doing, Lou?
So yeah, we're excited about those 3 events we're going to be a part of in April.
Absolutely.
We're going to do an episode we're going to host an episode this Friday.
For sure.
So this Friday night at 9:45 p.m. Eastern. We're also going to film something new with Cliff. I don't know if we could get a new skit put together this week, but
I've got some ideas.
We would like to do a quick little skit.
Got some ideas.
We haven't done a new skit in like a month.
Maybe we'll shoot something tomorrow and get it done.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right.
Well, we'll probably wrap this up soon. If you guys have any questions for us, put it in the comments, and then we can answer them before we sign off. So, Travis, Stinky Mo... Oh, they're talking about saging the house.
Ah. That might do it.
Yeah.
Get some of that monkey smell out of here. Grimm Gorri smell. Stinky most like, yeah.
Hell yeah, Cliff, says Draugr. Janet, don't give it any ideas. Ah. Well, hopefully they're not listening. I don't know. Do ghosts use YouTube?
I don't know.
Can they? I don't know how that works.
They got on BooTube.
Oh, I forgot to show this.
Why did you forget to show it?
I don't know. I got distracted. But this is cool. Going back to the collectibles. So do you guys remember Lawson's?
In Cleveland area?
In the Cleveland, Ohio area,
I do.
Lawson's. It was like a little,
it was
like a little convenience store. They had like milk and cheese and Lawson's chip dip and different dairy products.
They had their Isley's Chip Chop Ham. That was another big thing. Yeah,
didn't they have a deli counter?
Yeah.
So this is Lawson's grapefruit juice. There's the lid to that. And it has the old Lawson's logo.
Now this company, Lawson's, was bought a while back by a company in Japan. And they have Lawson's there now, and they use that logo right there.
Yeah, they use that same logo. There is a Lawson's in Japan.
With that milk jug graphic.
Isn't that wild?
It is really cool.
A Japanese company bought up Lawson's, and they closed all the ones here, but opened them overseas. So we actually have a viewer in Japan that says she has gone to Lawson's in Japan. So isn't that funny? Mm-hmm. The more you know.
The more you wish you didn't. Ow.
Let's see. Brandon says, hello, hope you guys are doing okay. We are. Thank you, Brandon.
We are. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. We're going to be signing off in a little bit, actually, but it's okay. You can catch the replay of the podcast if you like. Mm-hmm. Big O orange juice, says John. Yeah, that is a big bottle of orange juice, right? Back when orange juice was in a glass bottle.
Yeah, those are the ones you could leave out and they would take away and refill them or whatever.
Like you would turn them in and they would recycle them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This one's distributed by Lawson Milk Company, Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio.
They're great. I know
32 ounces.
I've never had the grapefruit juice. I may have as a kid. I don't remember it.
Grapefruit juice.
But I remember those. I remember this textured thing. I remember that a little bit. On the bottles. Orange juice. We probably had orange juice or apple juice as kids.
I think this was before my time.
It was.
Yeah. I wasn't made till the 80s. So.
You were born yesterday. Oh. Whoa.
All right.
All right. Well.
Great game for people who are interested in ghost hunting.
What, ghost checkers?
Phasmophobia is a great game for people who are interested in ghost hunting.
Sounds cool.
Sounds cool. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in and listening to and watching our Living the Scream podcast. And yeah, we're going to sign off, but we appreciate you. And we'll be back Friday night as Decay and Grimm Gorri for another episode 157.
Is it 7 or 6? 8?
157.
Wow. 157.
Of the Hairy Scary Hangout. We're getting closer and closer to 200 episodes.
It's coming up fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so much fun. And yeah, we'll do it all over again this Friday night. Probably some new skits and everything else. But yeah, and a movie we haven't shown before.
Oh, so. Albert, yes, we did send her prize. We did send her the prize. So yeah, it might take a few weeks to get there, but Yeah, Naoko's gonna get her prize.
Oh yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, as Janet Decay would say, good night, good fright.
That's right. And
Mwah.
Grimm Gorri would say, "See you later, alligators."
Bye bye.
I'll shut it up.